Losing a loved one is one of the most difficult experiences we face. Amidst the grief and the comfort of family, there is often a quiet yet monumental task waiting. If you have been named as an executor, you have been entrusted with a solemn duty. It is a role requiring patience and a clear understanding of the probate process, which can feel overwhelming during a time of sorrow.
You do not have to navigate this journey alone. In this guide, we will walk you through the essential duties of an executor, providing the clarity you need to honor your loved one's final wishes.
When someone passes away, they often leave behind a last will and testament outlining their final wishes. But a will cannot execute itself. That is where the executor comes in. An executor is the individual legally appointed to carry out the instructions within the will and manage the deceased person's estate through probate.
Think of the executor as the project manager of the estate. They are the vital, central hub connecting everyone involved. They identify and secure assets, communicate with beneficiaries, and navigate legal and financial entities, from courts to the IRS.
Without a dedicated executor, settling an estate can quickly devolve into chaos, with unresolved debts, lost assets, and family disputes. An executor brings order. They assume a fiduciary duty, carrying immense legal weight. It is a position of profound trust, requiring absolute honesty, organization, and a strict commitment to the estate's best interests. You have been named the executor of an estate, but before managing any assets, you must locate the most important document, the last will and testament. This might be in a safe deposit box, with an attorney, or in a secure desk drawer at home. Finding the original, signed will is crucial, as the probate court requires it to begin. With the will and death certificate in hand, it is time to head to the local probate court. You cannot just declare yourself executor. You must file a formal petition to open probate. This legal request asks a judge to validate the will and officially appoint you, while also notifying all heirs that the process has begun. Once the judge approves your petition, the court issues a document known as letters testamentary. This is your official court order granting you legal authority to act on behalf of the estate. With this stamped document, you finally have the power to access bank accounts, speak with creditors, and start the heavy lifting of your executor duties. Once you are officially appointed as the executor, your most critical and time-consuming task immediately begins. You must create a complete and exhaustive inventory of all the estate's assets. This financial snapshot is the foundation of the entire probate process. You must meticulously locate and secure absolutely everything the deceased owned. This means carefully tracking down checking and savings bank accounts, locating physical investment portfolios and vintage stock certificates, finding the deeds to residential or rural real estate, and finally securing the titles to any parked cars or recreational vehicles. But inventory goes far beyond standard financial accounts and property. Personal belongings and household goods must also be meticulously accounted for. For unique items, such as vintage antiques, fine art, or family jewelry, guessing the price is simply not an option. A certified professional appraiser is often required to determine the objective fair market value. As you go along, you will carefully list these items in a notebook or on a digital tablet. All of these diverse assets are then compiled into a formalized inventory document submitted directly to the probate court. Absolute accuracy is essential, as this valuation dictates how outstanding debts are paid and ensures the estate is distributed fairly. Once you have a clear picture of the estate's assets, your next crucial task as an executor is addressing the liabilities. This means thoroughly identifying all creditors and gathering the deceased's outstanding debts. This can include everything from lingering credit card balances to final medical bills and mortgages. But before you begin writing checks, you must understand that not all debts are equal. Probate law dictates a strict order for paying liabilities. Funeral and burial costs are typically at the very top of the priority list. These are usually followed by outstanding taxes and administrative fees. While you are sorting out these major debts, you also have a duty to manage the estate's ongoing daily finances.
This means you must continue paying regular utility bills, property taxes, and necessary home maintenance. Keeping up with these ongoing expenses is essential to ensure the assets do not depreciate during the lengthy probate process. Finally, once the priority expenses and ongoing maintenance are secured, you can begin paying off general unsecured creditors using the estate's available funds. Remember, it is absolutely vital to keep meticulous records of every single transaction. Documenting each payment carefully will protect you from any personal liability down the road. Navigating the tax responsibilities of an estate is often one of the most complex parts of an executor's job. Your first major tax duty is filing the final income tax return for the deceased, typically using IRS Form 1040. This covers the income they earned from the beginning of the year up until the date they passed away. In addition to the final personal return, the estate itself may generate income that needs to be reported. Furthermore, for very large estates, you might be required to file an estate tax return using IRS Form 706. While most estates fall below the federal exemption threshold, it is critical to determine if state-level estate or inheritance taxes apply, as these thresholds vary widely. Because tax laws are complicated and mistakes can lead to personal liability for the executor, you do not have to handle this alone. It is highly recommended to seek the guidance of an estate lawyer or a certified public accountant. They will help ensure all deadlines are met, deductions are properly claimed, and legal liabilities are minimized. After months of managing paperwork, paying debts, and dealing with tax returns, you have finally reached the finish line. The culmination of the probate process is the final distribution of assets. As the executor, your job is to accurately distribute the remaining funds and property to the beneficiaries exactly as outlined in the will or state law. Before you hand over those final checks, however, there is one crucial administrative step left. You must prepare a comprehensive final accounting of the estate. This detailed financial report shows the court and the beneficiaries exactly what assets were gathered, what expenses and taxes were paid out, and what remains available for distribution. Once the beneficiaries review and sign off on this accounting, you will submit a final petition to the probate court. A judge will review the documents, stamp the final order, and officially discharge you from your role. The estate is now officially closed. Your duties as executor are complete, bringing a profound sense of closure and relief to everyone involved. Navigating probate as an executor can feel overwhelming, but you don't have to do it alone. We hope this guide has given you a clearer understanding of your responsibilities and the steps ahead. If you found this information helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment with any questions, and subscribe to our channel for more guidance. For additional resources, comprehensive checklists, and dedicated support, visit funeralus.com today. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.